Hello, welcome to Pop Along RC. I'm Mark and here's Carl. We've got these here. Listen, you love these things, don't you?
I love them.
You love these things. And you have been doing my head in, quite frankly, about it, because it's all you've been banging on about lately. I want to race my short course truck. Well, you did it, and how did you get on?
I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. It was all that I hoped it to be. Now, I could have taken the HBI Blitz, which is a race, two-wheel drive short course truck.
Yeah.
However, that is over 10 years old now, and if I broke anything, I had zero spares. So it's kind of turned into not even a shelf queen, but it's not going to be something I can rely on a racetrack.
These two cars are both by FTX. This is the Apache, this is the newer car, and that is...
This is the Zorro brushless.
Right.
Now, it's worth noting, I have been bigging up the brushless Zorro ever since I got it. The first time I put this car on, I put it on the tarmac track over at Milton Keynes during the COVID years. Can you remember that outside?
I did.
And straight out the box, this car handled amazingly well.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that would be a really good grassroots racer. Upgraded it with all the bling you can, and I got the alley blue chassis, which looks fantastic. And you know what? Performance-wise, still just as amazing.
Yeah, and then, so you run that for a bit, and then we got hold of this Apache here, which has only been out a couple of months, really. And we took it to the first thing we did is take it to the BMX track, didn't we? Which we nicknamed the Car Killer, because it kills every single car we've taken there.
That's the first car that survived the Car Killer.
Yeah, it survived the Car Killer, and you know what? You know I'm not a massive fan of these things, right? I've got to be honest with you. It's been really nice, a really fun car to drive. So I wonder, off the back of our videos, maybe we could have a resurgence. Is that the right word? Resurgence?
Possibly.
Regurgence?
Regurgitation.
Yeah, regurgitation of short course racing.
Quite possibly. But you know what? At the Pop Along GP, we had a short course class, and I took both of these along and got to run them both on the track up against some competitive two-wheel drive short course trucks.
Yeah.
And there was one four-wheel drive truck there that was just amazing going
There
around.
was, right? There's a guy we know, and he's a little bit of a legend in the RC game, and his name's...
Should we call him Dave?
His name's Dave. It's another Dave, isn't it? It's another Dave. We've learnt a lot from Dave, haven't we?
He knows how to set up a car.
Can set up a car. And I'll tell you what, his car would turn some heads when we did the Pop Along GP. And some people, I think, had to have had a for sale sign on that car. There would have been like a little bit of a bidding war going on.
Because he actually won the short course trucks, and he also won the 1/8 e-buggies. He's the only person.
Did he win that as well?
He won both.
Wow.
He's the only person that won two classes.
Yeah, but you know who built that e-buggy, don't you?
Was that the one that you built?
Yeah, I built that. Yeah.
But how did these cars get on the track, and which one is best? Now, you have driven both of them.
Yeah.
You've obviously not raced both of them, but you have driven both of them.
No.
A snapshot, which one would you buy?
A snapshot? That's not even... I don't even have to hesitate. I would definitely go for this one.
Why?
Because it's durable. You take the top off, they both look very different, actually. This, you can just rely on this. It didn't let you down at all, did it?
No.
We didn't break it on the BMX track.
No.
It's strong. It seems tough. It handles really well. It doesn't get too hot, because sometimes these things get roasting and then they cut out. It's just FTX have got this one right.
They have indeed. Now, for me, before turning up 100%, I was going to say this car would wipe the floor with the Apache on a racetrack. Because handling-wise, it just does exactly what I want it to do. But I was actually surprised how well the Apache did.
Yeah, yeah.
And as you can see here, Mark, you were filming, but we lent the Apache to national MTC champion Matt Heath, and we were running lap after lap, bumper to bumper, shell to shell, and the cars, They were quick at different paces on the track. I mean, down the straight, they were matched pretty evenly for top speed.
Yeah.
What I found is this car, as I knew it would, could carry speed through the sweeping turns. It was much faster through the sweeping turns, whereas this one has a tighter turning circle and it could dart in. Possibly that's to do with the setup or maybe the servo in it. So this one definitely, the Apache definitely had better steering. This one could carry more speed through the turns. And as you can see here, when the Apache tried to carry more speed through the turns, what did it do?
Well, it just tipped over.
It rolled over. And that is a common thing with a lot of
Yeah,
short course
they
trucks.
ride high, don't they? But that's good in a sense because on that particular track, when it was getting rutty late in the day, it just ate up the bumps, you know.
Definitely. And another thing that is worth pointing out as well, anyone that knows these cars, you may recognise that these are not the stock tyres on the Zorro. The stock tyres on the Zorro, amazingly grippy, super sticky, but the inserts on them aren't very firm. So I've actually upgraded the tyres on this, and you know what, performed great. However, out the box, the tyres on that, perfect, no need to upgrade. They were on the money.
Did you run it on a 3S?
I ran both of them. The first couple of times we ran them on a 2S, and they were even. Run them both on a 3S. Again, later on in the day, they were both run on 3S as well. So
Yeah, cool.
they good as gold. They didn't overheat during the 5 and even 6 minute finals.
No, exactly. When you get faced with a 6-minute final, I always get a bit nervous and I'm going to overheat because I gear my cars up to sort of 5 minutes.
I ran both of these with stock gearing. It's worth noting, as you can see here in the final, I was running the Apache. And what happened about half an hour, 45 minutes before the final, we had a downpour of rain. As you can see, the track the sun was out, drying out the track. However, the first corner, it was still in the shade and it was still wet. So the first time I went in, I lost the back end and spun the car around, which I logged. And I was like, right, from now on I just need to take it a little bit easier into that one turn and I should be good. So my strategy for the final there was just to keep it clean.
Yeah.
And as we said, with the gas tracks, they change and evolve through the day, don't they?
So that kind of sums up these two cars in a nutshell, doesn't it, really? A brilliant car from FTX. This would make a very, very good class right out of the box for any clubs that want a kind of beginner class just to get people in, really. It's durable, it's fast, it handles well. You can turn... Can you turn the...
Yeah, so on the transmitter, you've got a dial where you can actually slow the car down.
So there you go. So it's a very good car for any clubs that may want to get a budget...
Entry-level class going.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, to be honest, that's what RC racing needs because, you know, if someone comes to your club and they say, "Oh, what have I got to get to race?" and then they have to get the latest e-buggy or the latest even two-wheel drive buggy. They're not cheap, are they?
No.
I should imagine they might well not come back. You know, we don't want to scare people off. We want to grow this hobby so everyone can enjoy it. You know, and the only way to do that is to
make it affordable and easy. So, ready to run car. You get the car, the transmitter, and you also get a battery as well. You can't really go wrong. Everything you need to get yourself started. The only thing that you will then need to run at a club is a transponder. But often, if it's your first time there, clubs sometimes have transponders they can lend you.
They do.
For both of these cars, because they are waterproof or water resistant, they have got a little box that the receiver sits in. So you literally just unscrew it and you can plug into that receiver.
Yeah. So there you go, a little bit of a sum up of these two very good FTX cars. Not much more to say about them, really, is there?
I love them both. I want another one.
I know you do, Carl, but you've got too many.
You sound like my wife.
Yeah, maybe I do. Anyway, look, let's finish this video because we've got more videos to shoot.
We have indeed.